The hidden side of Confucius. Funny but true stories. Hey there, history lovers! Today, we're diving into some unexpected stories about Confucius. Now, when you hear Confucius, you probably picture an old wise man sipping tea, speaking in mysterious proverbs, and preaching about morality, right? Wrong. The real Confucius. He had his fair share of awkward moments, near-death experiences, and career struggles. Imagine if history had a blooper reel. Confucius would be in it. So, buckle up, because we're about to reveal the hilarious, unexpected, and totally relatable side of the great Confucius. Story 1. I almost got killed because I looked like a bad guy. Confucius was traveling with his students when they arrived in Kuang, modern-day Henan, China. Suddenly, a mob surrounded them. Why? Well, turns out, the locals thought Confucius was Yang Hu, a notorious warlord who had oppressed them before. But instead of panicking, Confucius simply stood there and said, "I was born to spread wisdom, not to get mistaken for a criminal and die in this random town." Luckily, the mob bought it and let him go. Source: Records of the Grand Historian, Shiji, by Sima Qian Lesson. If you look like a villain, always carry ID. Story 2. Sometimes, life turns you into a stray dog. Confucius and his students were struggling to find a place to stay in the kingdom of Wei. It was rough, seeing his master in such a miserable state. His student Zilu sighed and said, "Master, you honestly look like a stray dog." Most people would be offended. But Confucius, he laughed and said, "Yep, I totally do." And that, my friends, is how to gracefully hit rock bottom. Source: The Analects, Xianwen, Chapter 11. Lesson: When life gets tough, humor is your best survival skill. Story 3. That music was so good, I forgot how to eat. One day, Confucius heard the legendary xiao music, a masterpiece from ancient China. It was so mesmerizing that for the next 3 months, he couldn't even enjoy food. This music, it's divine. Everything else feels bland now. Basically, Confucius was so emotionally wrecked by a song that he forgot to taste his meals. Source: The Analects, Shu Chapter 7. Lesson: Ever heard a song so good it ruins all other music for you? Confucius totally gets it. Story 4. Don't underestimate the philosopher. He can shoot arrows too. Think Confucius was just a bookworm. Nope. He mastered archery, horseback riding, and chariot driving. If he were alive today, he'd probably be winning Olympic gold in archery while lecturing on ethics at Harvard. Source: Book of Rights, Liji, and Records of the Grand Historian, Shiji. Lesson: Smart people can be athletes too. Don't stereotype. Story 5. Confucius kept getting rejected from his dream job. Confucius wanted to serve as a high-ranking official in the kingdom of Chu. The king was impressed, but his top advisor wasn't. He told the king, "This guy's ideas are great, but they're way too idealistic for politics." And just like that, Confucius was politely shown the door. Again. Source: Records of the Grand Historian, Shiji, by Sima Qian Lesson. Being overqualified doesn't always help in job interviews. Story 6. Confucius wanted to retire, but he couldn't. After years of wandering and getting rejected, Confucius seriously considered retiring to the countryside. Then, he met a group of hermits who said, "Dude, the world's a mess. Why not just relax and live in peace?" Confucius paused, then shook his head. "Nah, I gotta keep trying. If I give up, who's gonna fix this mess?" Source: The Analects, Weizi, Chapter 18. Lesson: True idealists can't just let it go, even when they really want to. And that's a wrap on today's episode. See? Confucius wasn't just a wise old sage. He was funny, stubborn, and totally relatable. Which story surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden gems from history.